Come to the end. Yeah.
And you are in the middle.
Right.
What?
Listening to Richard Herring's Leicester Square Theatre podcast this morning. I haven't really quite woken up. I had a call out last night at 8 o'clock to North Walsham, and it's a 5-hour round trip, and it was just someone locked in the car park needing letting out, so a 5-hour drive just to let someone out of a car park. Oh dear. This is the town of Framlingham. It's a very nice little town, home of, well, childhood home of Ed Sheeran. A little bit congested here. I usually turn right and go up that road there to my the building I look after, or one of the buildings I look after. I thought I'd go this way and turn right and take you through the square. I used to do sound engineering, live sound engineering, for a guy who lived, he's passed away from a brain tumour a few years ago. Poor chap, who lived just here on the left in the what was called the Old Bakery. I went there and had a nice pizza one night with loads of anchovies on, which was lovely. And then we watched a film on the telly and drank some beer from the Earl Soham Brewery. And because it used to be a bakery, it was called the Old Bakery, they had a nice big fireplace which was originally an old bread oven, and then there's a little wooden steps that lead up above it, and there's a little bedroom on top of the fireplace. That's the Old Bakery there. This one there, look, on the corner. So I've slept in a bread oven, really. It was nice. Don't often come to Framlingham of a weekend or anything like that for a wander around. Perhaps I should. It's a pretty little town. A lot of the TV show The Detectorists is filmed around here. The little flat with the guy where Toby Jones's character lives in is around here somewhere. That little place there, that little shop there, is the shop that's featured in the show Pandora. The guy's flat's around here somewhere, but I don't really quite know where it is. And there, of course, at the end of the road is the castle on the hill. Made famous by Ed Sheeran's song Castle on the Hill. So that is the castle on the hill. Perhaps I'll have a wander up the road and get you a better view of that in a while. Need a coffee first. Pretty little town. Oh, getting old. I used to be able to get up in the middle of the night and drive for hours and hours and spring out of bed in the morning, but makes me feel tired these days. Liberal Democrats. I've seen quite a few Liberal Democrat signs out. Of course, we've got a general election in the UK. Is it Thursday? So the day after tomorrow. That'll be interesting. My word. Goodness knows what that is. Oh well. I'll get myself a coffee and then perhaps I'll have a wander up the road. That's what turn my engine off actually. I'm back in Peasenhall. The water in the little stream isn't rushing like it did the other day. I just walked over to the shop over there, so I was a bit peckish. And fabulous news, They've got my favourite Scotch eggs. Yum, yum, yum. Nicholson's handmade Scotch eggs from Southwold. Yummy, yum. I couldn't be bothered to walk round Framlingham earlier, so I'll do that another day. I'll show you something when I can be bothered to walk around Fram, because it's got a nice castle there, but also one of the oldest, what do you call it? A letterbox? No, not a letterbox. Post box. Yeah, one of the oldest post boxes in the country is just around the corner from where I work. Anyway, this is a Coretho. I think you're meant to pronounce it Coretho, but I may be wrong. There's a bit of a smudge on the lens there, so I hope this is coming out right. Could call it Chorizo, but or Chorizo. I think it's Coretho, but I might be wrong. Anyway, slightly Spanishy Scotch egg. I'm starving hungry, so let's give it a go. You see little bits of sausage in there. That's another winner. And as usual, sorry, I've got my mouth full. Look at the colour of that egg. And it's not hard, it's perfectly cooked. What they did have in there is a black pudding Scotch a black pudding Scotch egg. Perhaps I'll give that a go next week. Oh no, I'm on holiday next week. I'm not at work till the Friday after Christmas Day. I go back on call actually, so I've got 2 weeks off, so perhaps I'll come this way anyway. That's a winner. Do I like it more than a normal Scotch egg? No. It's as good as. Beautiful. Well, the storm has hit England, Wales, Ireland and Scotland. I don't know if you're going to hear what I'm saying. I've got the wind muff on the GoPro, but let's have a go down the river, see what it's like up these steps. Woo. It is bloody windy. Not many down here today. Woo! Start up piss down. Look at the flag post. Bloody rough. Shit. Fucking freezing as well. Wowee, that was breezy. I didn't stay there for long. Fucking hell, nearly blew me down the steps. I think that's the best place for a boat today. Whew. Made the tears fly out of my eyes. That was blowy. I might go home and have a cup of tea. Woo! Shit. I think the image might be a little bit misty. It's actually not, excuse me, it's actually not that cold. And this has been sitting in my pocket and got a bit misty. Wow, it was very exciting down the quay, wasn't it? I think we better just walk up onto the castle green. See what the wind's like up here. I don't know why, I don't know what I'm going to show you. It's difficult to show wind on camera. I mean, the trees are blowing around rather, but as you'll see when we get up here, it's quite exposed, although I think the wind's slightly dropped in the past half hour, but we'll see. I shouldn't think they're letting people on the top today. Woo-wee! There's some hawthorn coming out here. Bloody hell, it's windy. The wind's coming right from there. Oh. And actually I can taste a bit of salt. The sea's just over there. And that's blowing salt all the way from the sea. Must be a mile and a half. Oh, goodness me. Oh dear. Anyway, I think we'll go back home now. And I'm quite lucky, because that's me mum and dad's house just there. So I haven't got far to go. Oh. Oh, I do beg your pardon. Down the hill. Oh, that's better. It made my nose run. Anyway, windy day. Oh, the storm still rages. Let's open the window and have a look. I think the wind's calmed down slightly. It's still rough. Anyway, I don't know how I feel. Let's shut that right up. I don't know how I feel about unboxing videos. They can be quite boring, but I still owe you lot a video on the Korg Prodigy. Not Prodigy. Prologue. The Korg Prologue there, which is easy enough to program, but hard enough for me not to feel confident to do a video on it. So, and I found one very good preset on there, which actually sounds very much like a Yamaha DX7. So, which is odd considering that's analog. But here we go. Let's do an unboxing. I've hankered after this for many a year, and now I've got the money to buy one. It's a Studio Sledge. Now, one thing I feel when I get boxes like this is, how do I get in? When I worked at Celestion making loudspeakers, we paid a lot of attention to our boxes, and that's a good box. It's really well made. There's no indication of how you should really get in. So I'll just tear it open, shall I? I'd like to keep the box for when I move house, but good Lord. massive copper staples. Here we go. That is very well packed. It's all about space, so if a courier chucks that in his van and something punctures this very thick outer cardboard, there's a lot of space there. So congratulations, very well packed. Let's have a look. Something in the box. I bought this from a company called Absolute Music, which is a UK based company. And that's the power cord, which won't officially fit into any UK socket. So why send that to me? That's fucking poor, that is. Oh dear. You know what we all do over here? We shove a screwdriver in the earth plug and just jam that in. But that ain't good enough, really. So, sorry, anyone from Absolute Music watching this. I mean, there's an IEC figure of 8 plug there. But that ain't good enough for someone in the UK buying, well, spending 800 quid on a synth and you get that. That's fucking shaver socket. Oh, that's disappointing, but there we go. It's kind of Studio Sledge's fault because they should have a grip on these things. Well, that's put me in a bad mood already. I don't know, am I being touchy? But we shouldn't have to do that. That's not a UK plug. Oh, I'm gonna have to show you that again. Let's untwiddle this. The packing was good. That's very good packaging, but I might find one of them hanging around. I don't think I have got one, and that is not UK. That's not a UK plug. Why? It's a UK based company selling something which I know is from Italy, but you shouldn't be sending things out with that. Still, I'll find a way. Chuck that in there. Oh, that's really pissed me off. I was so looking forward to just plugging this in and playing it, and now I fucking well can't. Having said that, let's put me duvet here. That's a beautiful machine. That's firm. feels good. Let's have a little look round. Clearly labelled on-off switch, which that doesn't have, so you're always hunting around the back here, so that's good. Nothing on the back apart from that. All very clearly labelled on the front. That's good design. Nice. Quite hard sprung, and the indent here could be a little bit bigger, but pitch and modulation wheels, they feel okay. General quality of the plastic feels good. Keyboard, I mean, it's black and grey, which is, and it's inverse or polarized, you could almost call it. Feels good to me. It's got aftertouch, which I'm not very good at, I must say, because I'll hear one note going, oh, that sounds really loud. And that's me just pressing down, because I'm a piano player, not a keyboard player really, or organ player. It's nicely laid out. Oscillators, 3, good. The pots don't wobble too much. Funny little noise there, but shouldn't really be wobbling them up and down anyway. Do they click nice? Lovely click. Yep, like the clicks. I don't know why that's orange. I mean, that's orange because that's your cut-off frequency, which if you're doing a dance track or somewhere will give you the, you know, that's a real time control that you might fiddle with when you're playing around. I think that one might be a bit of a gimmick, but that shows the difference between the first version and the second version, which now has waves from the PPG sort of series of keyboards, very popular in the 80s. What can I say? It is what it is. Looks good. Yeah, I think this is going to be easy to use, but I mean, you spend 800, and I think it's about 800 quid. You spend 800 quid on a synthesizer, you end up with that shit. Fucking hell. Come on, folks. Anyway, I'm very excited to have this, so I'm going to have a little play, and I'll do a little review of the Korg Prologue first, and then I'll do a review of this, or a little play around with this, when I can be asked. But yeah, it's a dreary, windy day in the UK. Look at the trees blowing around. And that useless piece of shit has made me not much happier. Goodbye. Well, actually, I won't leave it there. Let's show me powering this thing up. AC in, little figure of 8, IEC, whatever the numbers are. And I've had a little look on the back just to make sure, and it does say 100 to 240 volts, and we have about 230 here in the UK now, so at least I know it will work. There's my laptop, all the stuff I've been watching, and this is something sold by a well-known UK company, Absolute Music. And this is no disrespect to them, but it won't go in as standard. So I hate doing this, but what you have to do, and this I wouldn't suggest you do the same, you have to get a pair of scissors, bung it far enough into the socket to release the tabs and try and force them in. Oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, mate, I've spent £600 on this. 800 pounds on this. I'm reduced to throwing open the gate. There's nothing. I'm qualified enough to know there's nothing in there that will blow me up. But I have to put some scissors into my socket so I can plug that in. Come on, up your game, guys. Let's see if it works. I mean, for someone who doesn't know what they're doing, that'd be a nervy thing to do, and I wouldn't advise it. So let's plug that in there, and yay, it comes on. But come on, we don't need this sort of hassle. Sorry to be negative, but that's not quite good enough. But lovely keyboard, look at that. That's fucking sex on legs. Can't wait to play it. Oh dear. Well, I've plugged my decent headphones in, and this is one of the worst sounding synthesizers I've ever played in my life. I've never been so disappointed. I won't even bother attaching it to my laptop so you can hear it. Certain sounds you can hear rumbles and clicks and bangs in the background. Certainly the headphone output has a lot of hiss on it. The reverb is shockingly bad. That's fucking awful. It sounds like a spring reverb or a really early digital one. That's not refined at all. It adds nothing to the stereo width. And like I say, all the sounds are just gimmicky, and there's nothing here for a real piano player who can really play it and enjoy it. I'm going to box this up and send it back. It's got nothing to do with the company I bought it off, and good luck to this company. They found a niche and it looked really exciting, but it just sounds terrible. I mean, there's clicks and bangs and hums and stuff in the background when you're playing what should be a lush sound. It's just half-assed, If I'd bought this in the 70s, perhaps I'd be really impressed with it, but oh dear, it's just right from the moment I plugged that stupid mains cord in. And it wasn't just that making me feel bad-tempered or anything. I'm utterly not blown away by this keyboard. It's 800 quid that I'll spend on something else. I'm really disappointed. The sounds just aren't good. They're not good. I can't put my finger on it, but there are some sounds when you press them down, you can hear, as the sound decays, you can hear clicks and bangs and hums and fizzes, and just like there's a computer in here desperately trying to make a good sound, but there's no stereo width. Like I said, the reverb and delay are really of poor quality, and I've seen some very well respected people on the internet reviewing these, and it doesn't sound good. It sounds very poor, and this will be back in the box and sent back. So, oh dear, that's very disappointing. Sorry, but that's how I feel about it. Just clicks and bangs and poor sounds, and I don't know what to say really. I've never spent 800 quid and felt so underwhelmed in my life. I bought cars for less than this, so looks good, But if you like it, good for you. You know, good luck to a little company trying to make a good keyboard, but this ain't it.